This is a Sandy Boy Productions podcast.
Welcome to Finish Lines and Milestones, a podcast for everyday runners. I'm your host, Allie Bretnacher, and if you run, you're a runner, and every runner has a story. This is the second episode in a monthly series with my coach, Rachel Sinders of Rachel Michelle Running, and we get together once a month this year just to talk about our training, my training, her coaching philosophy, methodology, other athletes that she coaches or from our community, and hopeful that it'll just be entertaining, maybe helpful. So this week we did talk about the weather, but not the whole time. Winter weather is a struggle right now. So talked about how we're getting through that. So I hope that you enjoy this episode brought to you by Rachel Michelle Running. All right, it's February. My coach, Rachel Sinders. We're going to catch up.
Here we are, round 2 of catching up with Coach.
Yeah.
So 1 month into 2026 here, and we get to now spend some time reflecting on how the last month went. Maybe we can kick off with you sharing where you are with training, everything, life this past month. Brief overview, and then we can dive into it.
Sounds great. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I have congestion again. It's driving me absolutely insane. I have been on an Afrin kick for the last week, and so I'm trying to wean myself off of that because if people don't know what that is, it's like a magical nose spray that will instantly make you not congested, but you can get addicted to it, and it can actually make your congestion worse.
Yes.
So anyway.
I had to tell my husband this because I think he's addicted.
Oh, probably if he uses it every day.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who have dealt with colds and stuff, sometimes you just need to get a good night's sleep and you need to be able to breathe to do that. So also workout and running requires you to breathe. So it's been challenging.
Kind of crucial.
Yeah, I've made a couple of tweaks to recent workouts. The 12-mile workout I did on the treadmill that I made it through. I think I did walk a couple times, either that or I slowed the pace down, I think in my second set of speed intervals.
You might have either that or after your speed intervals took a little walking recovery.
Yeah. I definitely did that at my last long run, which is fine.
It's exactly right. And I always tell everyone that people that ask or leave a comment saying like, oh, I had to walk. I'm like, that is okay. Like, no shame in that. It's part of it. Like, more importantly, hitting your pace on your intervals. If that means you need a walking recovery, then take it. So
yeah.
Especially given your health and everything.
Yeah, I try to mentally be like, earn that recovery, which helps me work harder in the intervals. I also, like, maybe other people relate to this. I don't like walking. I don't think there's any shame in it, but I think you need to practice race environments where, like, during a race, I don't want to walk. So that can be hard for me mentally, but you got to do what you got to do to get through the workout. At the end of the day, it's one workout too. So it's going to be fine.
It's like, just going back to that, I do think sometimes if you do use the walking recoveries and you make a habit of it, it's hard to break away from that habit. So like yourself, you're like super conscious of when you do need it and making sure it's like actually needed and not just like a mental thing that you think you can't keep running. I think it's just awareness, basically.
Yeah. And then, of course, you and I were talking about the weather because we're in Indiana. How can we not?
I know.
It's so brutal.
I said I didn't want to make this whole podcast about the weather, but it's been everywhere. I mean, it's in Indiana. I have a runner in North Carolina who got 15 inches of snow last week. So it's everywhere. I mean, we're dealing with the snow and then ice and cold. So the reality is it was January and that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So we're all in this together.
Yep.
Like you, I know really for the most part, this past month ran on your treadmill for the most part, minus one 10-mile run that we did together. I really think that's the only time maybe that you got outside, which is fine.
Maybe.
Totally fine. But it's hard when like there's no clear path too, or it means having to drive somewhere to get to a path and you just don't always have the time for that. So the treadmill is great. It's a handy tool to have, but it brings its own challenges. Mentally hard. So I know I have shows that I like to watch when I'm on the treadmill that keep me occupied, as you do too. So what are some of your favorites this last month?
Yeah, so I flew through the first 4 episodes of Bridgerton. I think it's season 4 now. I loved it. It's kind of cheesy, but it's great. Like those are the kinds of
Yeah.
shows I love on a treadmill. His and Hers on Netflix. The
Hmm.
Elizabeth Smart documentary that just came out is really good. The Rip is a movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you name it, I've probably watched it on Netflix
Yeah.
because I've been on my treadmill so much. And
And I know you watched the Eras tour during
oh,
your
I
long
did
run
that.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I've done before too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
But
did
I
do that
do think
recently.
for a long run, if you're going to do a long run on the treadmill, it's nice to have one movie or one thing versus like lots of little episodes because you keep thinking like, how am I still going? I've done 3 episodes and I'm still
Yeah.
running versus
Yeah, I
like
go
one
back and
movie.
forth because I like to chunk it up into episodes too. Like
Uh-huh.
get through the first episode. Okay, now I'm in the second
Okay,
block of
that
my,
makes
I don't know.
sense. Yeah.
Just depends on the
It's
day
all
probably
about
too.
playing the mental games with yourself,
Yes.
really.
Yes,
Whatever works.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I which people will hear in this week's episode, which will come out Friday. Bob Raudebush is my guest, and his mantra, spoiler alert, was like, "You have nothing else to do today." And he uses that on his 100-mile runs. Well, for
Yeah,
my
that's
measly
awesome.
12-mile run on a treadmill, I was just thinking like, okay, I had other stuff to do, but I was just kind of like using that mindset of like
Uh-huh.
just like relax, just get through it. Like don't feel like you're counting down the seconds because it's easy to do that on
Yeah.
the treadmill because seconds and
Hmm.
minutes last forever. So, yeah, whether it's mental games or literally just watching entertaining TV, like that's what gets me through on the treadmill,
Hmm.
which I understand people don't like it, but I have my Peloton treadmill, which we were just talking about before we hit record. Like it makes it all so that the watch isn't messing with my splits. So I'm lucky in that way that I have a really
Yeah.
nice
Yeah,
setup.
and a built-in screen and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the watch thing I wanted to talk about too, because I have obviously a lot of runners that have been utilizing the treadmill this past month, which is great. But it's tricky because we're so used to like going out and doing a workout using our watch, starting it, listening for the beeps, the prompts, and everything, and it just doesn't work the same way on the treadmill because it doesn't know the exact distance that you're running, even if you put it in treadmill mode. It's still not the same. So
Yeah.
I often tell people just like what you do, write down your workout on a post-it and just follow it on the treadmill, distance or time, whatever it is based. Don't worry about your watch. Like it's never going to match up perfectly. That's not the point. Don't worry about the data. Just
Yeah.
execute the workout. If you're an athlete of mine and you use VDOT, just leave me a note that you completed as written or you didn't complete as written and what you did instead, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah.
it's okay if the watch doesn't match the
Yeah.
workout.
I also kind of tend to, depending on what's going on, like yesterday for my workout with speed, I set it all on my watch as time based or
Hmm.
button press or whatever. I like configured it to where like, okay, after I did my mile split fast, I hit the button and then that started the timer.
Like the lap button, you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, I'm sure people are like this too. I can't do math like on the treadmill. So like trying to like add point to like a fourth of a mile to like a random I'm just like your brain.
Hmm.
So I like to
Hmm.
try to make it so that it's time based, knowing what pace I'm gonna run for that amount of time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Because I
that
do
kind of
know
stuff.
it's for sure confusing if I'm like mile repeat with minutes recovery. It's like what? Like where am I starting and stopping? And
Yeah, the math can get a little hairy,
uh-huh,
which is why I
uh-huh.
liked having my piece of paper too, because I'll like during my
Yeah,
rest like
I
jot
think
down.
that's key. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then we wanted to talk about our run that we survived. I don't know, that was like feels like a long time ago, but
2 weeks,
yeah,
3 weeks
whenever it was
ago,
before the
before the
blizzard.
snow. Yeah,
Yep.
we do a Friday morning run usually, and it was like I don't think we had been for a couple weeks. So I know I personally was like really itching to get out and run with someone because I had been running solo for a number of weeks, and I do look forward to having company once in a while. So I was just
Yeah.
like, I think we should just try. Like, it feels like -10, but we're gonna just try it. And we did. We utilized the bathrooms along the Monon to stop and warm up, so that was nice, which I decided that was definitely the way to do it. Like, I don't think we could have made it without the warm-ups or just mentally too.
Yeah, I wore 2 pairs of pants and I thought that I was going to be warm enough and they still I mean my legs were the coldest part of my body. And
Yeah,
so,
mine
yeah.
were like red, splotchy red
Yeah.
afterwards. And that
Yeah.
was even with, I do really like, I have Lululemon fleece lined, the fast and
Yeah.
free leggings, and I had those on with another pair of leggings underneath, and I was still cold.
Yeah. I
But
mean, at the end of the day, like we said, I mean, it's so, at that point, it's so cold that it's like, okay, even these leggings that are built for winter running aren't going to
hmm
do it for you. I did have a few people suggest Craft branded leggings, Tracksmith, and also Athleta. The ones I was
okay.
wearing were Athleta fleece ones, which are usually my go-to winter
hmm
tights. But
hmm
even with another layer, those weren't warm enough.
Yeah, I know. I do think it's just, I think that was an exceptionally cold run,
Yeah. We were
but
dumb.
like I have been running out in this cold weather besides the couple days where we got quite a bit of snow and I just couldn't do it. But I think layering is key. Like
Yeah.
always, I do like a merino wool Tracksmith. The Brighton base layer is my favorite underneath, and then another layer of a long sleeve, and then often a vest. I find myself like getting, besides that one run, I do get warm pretty easily. Um,
Right. I know. It's so hard.
and you have the hat. My problem is then I wear a hat, like a to cover my whole head and ears, and then I get sweaty underneath still.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always surprising how little you really need. I don't know. You do need to bundle up, but you also get warm. So it's tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend Rob, remember Rob Perez, who I ran the Marine Corps Marathon
Yes.
with? What his recommendation is to look at the temperature, r- keep track of what you wear, and then
hmm
write down how it goes. Like keep track of it.
Yeah.
That way you know
Yeah.
what your body needs because what you
hmm
and I might wear might be totally different for Becky, who like is
Yes.
freezing all the time.
For sure. I know
Yeah.
that I run hot and I'm a heavy sweater, so I know that I need less than probably Becky, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I was gonna say too is just like hand warmers are amazing too. I like love my hand warmers. That like is
You have
key for
the
me.
electric
Like
ones?
yeah, even just throwaway ones are great too. But my hands get so cold and like
Yeah.
mittens are the best too. To
Yeah.
have I do a
Yeah.
glove and then a mitten on top with my hand warmer in the middle, and then I have no issues.
Yeah, the gloves I wear are mittens and they're called turtle gloves. They're like fleece and they can
Okay.
flip up too if you get too hot. And then
Yeah, yeah.
the other recommendation that I got, I forget, I saw this and somebody told me this, is that you can wear rubber gloves
Yeah.
under your gloves. And I've never done that
Uh-huh.
because my hands are fine in this, with those
Mm-hmm.
gloves that I just mentioned. But for
Mm-hmm.
people like, again, Becky, who has Raynaud's, like
Yeah.
that's one of the recommendations was wear these like literally like the latex
The
plastic
latex
gloves
gloves. Yeah.
under your gloves. And so, yeah, could be worth a shot for anybody
The
who's struggling.
the Carmel Marathon in 2019 was really, really wet and really windy and cold. And I ran the marathon that year. It was my first marathon ever. And most of the race I wore in blue latex rubber gloves because my neighbor, who's like a great marathoner, he was like, that's what you need to do. You need to keep your hands warm and dry. So you need to wear these rubber gloves. So half the pictures of my first marathon, I have blue gloves on that are like the latex doctor's gloves.
That's actually really, really funny.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it's
good.
so funny to
Yeah.
think about.
Yeah. So,
So,
okay, so that I feel like we've given some people some things to think about for winter running. Also, we're
yes.
so
Oh
lucky
no.
in Carmel.
Okay. So, moving on to your training, that yes, most of it you did on the treadmill, but I really tried to push you now these last couple weeks, knowing you have your half marathon coming up. I'm sure you felt the switch that I was like,
Did it's
all
like,
right,
God damn.
now we're going to do some longer intervals of pace work to get ready for your half. So ideally, you would have been able to go outside so you could really feel like it's hard on the
Yeah.
treadmill because you just set it and you go. Whereas outside, you really can like feel like, does this effort feel sustainable? Does this effort feel like I could do a half on race day like this? So
Yeah.
you did it on the treadmill. The work is done, but how did you feel about the paces?
Yeah. Well, I always think it's a dangerous game to be like, could I do this for a whole half marathon? Because
Mhm.
obviously you feel way different on race
I
day. And
don't
right
think
now with,
very many people say, yes, I could
yeah,
absolutely do this on race day.
it's like then you're not training hard enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So I felt strong. I mean, I felt pretty strong, all things considered, especially with my like not breathing super
Hmm.
great. I was feeling pretty strong. And I like the types of workouts that I've had too. It just I don't know, they're manageable where it's not like 4 miles at marathon pace or whatever. It's there. I think
Hmm.
the most I had
Hmm.
was two
Breaking it
miles.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it breaking it up helps me a lot. Yeah. I also think people might be interested in understanding a little bit more about like what an average week looks like when we work together. Like what kind of breakdown? Because a lot of people ask me, they'll be like, oh, so like how many times a week do you run? Like how do you run every day? How many miles do you run every day? I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't run every day. I also do other things. So I don't know. I
Hmm.
thought it might be helpful too
Yeah.
to just talk about that.
We can talk about you. So it's super individualized. Like I will say that what you do is not the same as what someone else does because everyone that comes to me has different history of running, different goals in mind, different lifestyle. I mean, everything that plays a role into it. So for you, knowing you have a half coming up, I always like you to have a long run. So typically that's been on Fridays for you. Sometimes it gets moved around, but let's just say Fridays for right now. So I also, this past month, kind of tried to shift you into a Tuesday workout. Maybe you noticed instead of
I did.
Wednesday.
Yep.
So, knowing that you're going to do your long run on Fridays, I really wanted to move your other workout. So, typically, I have people do like 2 quality sessions a week. So, that's your midweek workout and then a long run. Sometimes the long run will then have pace work involved in it as well. Sometimes it's just an easy long run. But when I was like thinking about you doing your speed work on a Wednesday, your long run on a Friday, I personally don't like just one day in between, especially if we're doing pace work for both of those. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that by moving your workout to Tuesday, you have 2 days in between before your long run, more time to recover, more time to just feel better. Legs are ready to go for your long run then. That was
Yeah.
my thought process.
Yeah, I know I did notice. And then also like I have a Peloton bike, which to your point, like
Yes.
not everybody has access to
Yes. So,
cross training equipment.
exactly. I mean, and you don't have to have one. There's plenty of people that I train that don't cross train and it's perfectly fine. They're used to it. Their body's used to it. For you, it's like you have a Peloton bike. You like your Peloton bike. It's a great tool to have. I mean, it's the same aerobic benefit as running. You get your heart rate up, but you don't have the impact of running and like pounding, continuous pounding.
Yeah.
So I like to use that for you usually once a week, I would say, sometimes twice. It just depends on where we are in a cycle. So say you're
Yeah.
building for a marathon, I'm probably going to use it less because I do want you running more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes twice a week. So it's a great tool to have, but again, not necessary at all. I mean, I have other runners that do some other sort of low impact cross training like elliptical swimming, anything is great.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I also was trying to add in another day of strength too, which you
Yeah.
may have noticed because I'm
Yeah,
like,
which
this
I
is the
like.
perfect time. We're building for a half. Don't have to be super aggressive with the miles. Let's add in another strength day and see how your body responds to that. So I was really, was it Wednesday mostly, and then the week Saturday. So
Yeah.
my thought is to always pair your quality session with a strength. So whether it is the same day, which some people I have that I train have plenty of time in the day to go do a workout and then strength train afterwards. If it's the next day, that's fine too. It's still like coupled together. That way you have another day to recover. So for you, I've been like Tuesday workout, Wednesday strength, Friday long run, Saturday strength. So
Yeah.
kind of my approach.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then fill in easy runs, basically.
yep.
I like to incorporate strides a lot as well on your easy days. So I do that for like almost everyone. I think strides are great because it's short bursts, 20 seconds or so of fast running where you really get that like quick leg turnover going, but it's not a workout. It's not a huge effort. It's not meant to be
Yeah.
like you're breathless and taxing and it's like I can't do another one type thing. It's just at the end of the easy run, go through 4 or 5, 6 strides, and then you're done with your run for the day.
Yep.
So that's kind of how it looks.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good adjustment. I definitely felt the difficulty, right? Like of just having the quality sessions with some speed work in there, especially the ones that get longer. Like I could just feel, I mean, I feel it. It feels good though, because obviously my goal is to continue getting better as an athlete and getting stronger too. And so the strength, I said, I like it. I should say I like the results of it. I don't love strength training. Today though, I did go to a in-person class.
Yeah, I was going to ask
It
you
was
about that.
It was an hour long, Rachel, but 15 minutes of it was stretching. And so I was like,
Okay, well,
wow,
that's a
this was
bonus.
great for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
So what
yeah.
type, was it just full body strength?
Yeah, it was like light cardio strength. Then it was like,
Okay.
Upper body, lower body combined, core, and then stretching.
Okay.
So it was good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I think that's good to mix it up. And I think for sure for me, I do like a group atmosphere for
Yeah.
strength and working out. It's not always doable, but I don't know. Most people seem to push themselves harder when you're around others and
Oh,
stuff.
1,000%. I was thinking
Uh-huh.
that in there. I'm like, I
hmm
definitely, when I do my Peloton strength workouts, I do the workout. I don't skip over stuff,
hmm
but like, would I push to get maybe a couple more reps if I was in person or like next to
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
neighbor and I'm like trying
hmm
to keep up?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah,
it
I
was
went
good.
to a strength class just before this too, and Mary from Average Athlete was there. So we were partners for the workout, and it was so much fun. We had a
Oh,
blast, and
that is
yeah,
really fun.
yeah.
Oh,
So it's fun to mix it up and do different things, and to have like an
yeah,
accountability partner.
totally. And if only we all had all the money in the world to like pay for running
Right.
coaches, gym memberships,
Uh-huh.
PTs, massage,
Yeah.
you name
All
it.
the
Like it's just
things. Uh-huh.
all the things. Yeah.
It can get a little out of hand, but certainly not necessary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Um,
I got a text from Mike this week, Mike Stevens, my physical therapist, and he's like, "Hey, you have any races coming up?" And I was like, yeah, I'm running one in February and then March and then also April and then one in May, like all half
May.
marathons." It's like obviously not racing all of them, but he's like, "Okay, like you probably should, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, my knee's been talking to me a little bit, but I have been foam rolling, light foam rolling, you know, which is better than nothing."
The 15 minutes of stretching today was definitely a good thing. I mean, I don't know about you,
Yes.
but I don't typically stretch for 15 minutes in a day.
No, it's
But
embarrassing for me to stretch in front
hmm
of people because I can't,
yeah.
I mean, like, like looking around, everyone's like all Pilates and they're like touching their
Yeah,
toes and I'm like
yeah.
barely can like get to my knee. It's really funny,
No,
but
I'm the
it
same
just
way.
shows how much some light mobility and stretching would do for
hmm
me. And it's just, as I get older,
hmm
it's just this necessary evil.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I know. I saw Jacob this morning too, and he's just
yeah,
like, you need to spend more time with your foam roller, your massage gun, your stick, all the things. Like you have, it's
yeah,
not optional because my
yeah,
calves are just so tight, and it's leading to other problems in my feet, and it's really flaring up at the moment, and I have a marathon in 3.5 weeks. So,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
there's that.
hmm
Oh, yeah.
Do all the little things.
All the little things. Take care of yourself, people, and have a
hmm
rest day for sure. I live for my Sundays, my rest days. I don't know how
They're
people don't take a day
amazing.
off, actually.
I
And
I
I
don't know
feel like I'd
either.
burn out if I
And
didn't have a
I
rest day.
mean, I am like of the belief that like my rest day is like a true rest day. I try and see like how few steps I can get that day. Like I'm like, can I get under 5,000 for the day? Like I'm like usually on a Sunday, that's my favorite day to have a rest day because it's just family time. We go to church. It's,
Yep. Yeah,
it's
same.
relaxing. And I think it's so necessary. And I think some people too, like just to touch on the rest day thing, don't appreciate the rest day or think like, oh, I still need to go do a long walk. Or
Right.
I'm like, well, that's still not really like rest. Read a book. Like,
It's called rest day, not like light
yeah,
workout day.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. To each their own, but yeah, I find it really helps
Appreciate the
me.
rest day. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think too, yeah, as you get older, it's not something that you can just skip.
Right. Yes.
hmm
Okay, let's
Okay.
move forward to the shout out section of this
Yes.
as we're
So
wrapping up.
first, we need to talk about Alex Baker, Catch Up to Cancer. He is doing a virtual 3.11. His wife passed away from cancer on February 5th of 2019, and her favorite band was 311, so hence the 3.11 mile run. But his virtual race is anytime between the 5th of February and March 22nd. So you can sign up. His website is catchuptocancer.com. There's the link there to sign up if you're interested. And then here's this lovely
Medal, if you're watching the video, is so
medal
cute.
that is
Yes.
so cute. So this is the medal with Catchy, and he does he's a really great job at fundraising and bringing awareness to cancer and St. Jude. Just an overall really great person. So I'm always happy to support him.
Yes, same. And he's been on all the podcasts recently. I couldn't even name them all.
I know.
But
I know.
he was episode 6 of Finish Lines and Milestones. So he was one of the, I think maybe if not the first quote unquote stranger that I interviewed. Like I had never met him.
Yeah.
And
That is
the
funny
guests
to
up
think
until that
about
point. Yeah.
for
I forget
people
how
that
we
you
even
knew.
got connected.
Probably
I
through
don't
social
know.
media, right?
Surely. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's amazing. Go support him. I also make Catchy stickers, the little Catchy that was on the medal in Athlete Bouquet's shop. They're $5 because all the proceeds go to Alex. So, and St. Jude. And he is fundraising specifically for the London Marathon at this moment.
He is. Yes. He is on a path to do his 6 stars. So London is up next for him.
Yes.
What next? The Galentine's 10K.
Yeah. So, okay. So episode 142 of Finish Lines and Milestones was Abby Lotkitz. And she is the sister-in-law of Alyssa Lotkitz, who was tragically killed while running. What was it? Not last October, but the October before that. And so her family created a nonprofit organization in her honor called Free to Move. And they are working towards, making it so that women can feel safe wherever and whenever they run. So wanted to support her and that organization. And then Carly Stewart said, hey, Galentine's Day's on Friday. We should have a little Galentine's run during our Friday run. And I was like, absolutely. And then, of course, I spiral out of control. And all of a sudden I have a run sign up and there's a virtual option and an in-person option and then an option to donate. So it's a free event. It's really to raise awareness for Free to Move and just to get the girls together. Like I'm excited to wear glitter and I'm sure Renee will wear a red jumpsuit or something amazing. And so we'll just have so much fun. Hopefully the weather cooperates for us. But I thought that was a good way just to raise awareness and, get people moving. But I've had random people sign up and email me and be like, hey, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think that people would find this other than just like my social media people.
Signing up for the in-person as well?
No, for the virtual. For the virtual.
That's awesome.
Which is cool.
That's so great.
But yeah. But people are like, oh, so how does this virtual thing work? I'm like, well, I really didn't think random people would sign up for it. So let me tell you, but it's great because I, it's just like, well, just run and then tell us about it. I don't know. Yeah.
Report back on social media how your 10K went. That's
so
great.
So excited for that. We've already raised over $100 for them. So I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Then, the last month we have to shout out to Lindsay Welty. She was one of my OG athletes 6 or 7 years ago, and she lives out in Colorado now and did a 100-mile race last January, the long haul in Florida, and was not able to finish. And so this year she went back for redemption and she did finish 100 miles. And it was quite a race from what I understand.
I just can't imagine.
But that's just, 100 miles, 30 hours is unbelievable.
Yeah. And Ashley Haynes was there helping to pace and crew her too. So shout out to Ashley.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
So then what else? We had some Disney runners this past month. So a number of people that went to Disney World for if it was the Dopey Challenge or a modified version where you just run 1 or 2 of the races, but always an epic weekend. And I have much respect for those people because they wake up at an ungodly hour to do those races.
Yeah. And then 4 days in a row, no less. So yeah.
And then generally they come back and they're like, okay, I'm going to do it again next year.
It's crazy.
It just seems to be how it goes. So it must be something great. I've never done a Disney race, but Those
either.
who do them love them.
Yeah, it's very true. It's a whole thing. But I can't remember if I told you this or not, but my 4-year-old is terrified of mascots.
Oh, well, really? Okay.
Terrified. So she does not want to go to Disney. Because I remember like we were talking about, she's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to go to Disney. And I was like, what?
Claire was
Like, you
that
would
way
love it.
too. Yeah, no, Claire used to be that way. Now she's 11, but probably when she was 4,
Yeah.
just so
I mean,
terrified.
Mascots are creepy.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her, but yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but not really, because then I can put it off for longer.
Yeah, because it's an
Yeah.
expensive undertaking.
Yes. So, all right. Yeah. Well, we'll actually be in the March episode, we'll be talking about my race because my race is on February
And I will
28th.
be back from Tokyo too. So I leave February 21st for Tokyo. That race is on March 1st is the race.
That's right.
So I'll be home March 2nd. We leave the day after the race, and it's so crazy. We leave Tokyo, I don't know, 4 p.m. on Monday, and we land in Chicago at 4 p.m. on Monday. It's like literally
All right.
time just disappears when you travel. So
Yeah.
I'll be back
Yeah.
for our next episode from Tokyo. I don't know what condition I'll be
You'll
in.
be like half
but
awake. It'll be fine.
we'll do it. Yeah, we'll get through it. So we'll both have races
Yay.
to report on. Yeah.
That'll be really
Yeah.
fun. That'll be really fun.
will.
We're gonna have to figure out how to cram that into like 30 minutes, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just extend the episode a little bit.
We'll make it work.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is always fun. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. It's always a joy to talk to you, and hopefully we will see you. I'll see you soon in person for a run.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of
Hopefully
warming
soon.
up. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Okay.
you to everybody who's listened. Happy running. And the next episode of Finish Lines and Milestones drops on Friday the 6th. So see you later.
Yep. Go listen. Yep. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode of Finish Lines and Milestones from Sandy Boy Productions with a special guest, my coach, Rachel Sinders, please share, rate, review. When you do that, it obviously helps others find the show, which I would love to further build this community. So thanks so much for listening today, and I will see you again on Friday. Talk soon.